we back? Hang on a second. It looks like we're back. Yes. Alright. Hello, everybody, and welcome back to something, well, I guess I can't say completely different. Welcome back to Shandalar. Last time I recorded a really short video clip, just kind of touching base with Shandalar and what this is. But, just for those of you who haven't seen the last clip beyond just a little bit of it, Magic the Gathering Forge is a fan-made project, and this fan-made project's goal was to basically implement the rules of Magic the Gathering in along with all of the different cards. And there's just tons and tons of cards that have come out since Magic's inception, and this game includes cards from like everything. Now, Shandalar specifically refers to a microprose a Magic the Gathering game that came out in the 90s, I want to say. And this version of the game basically is a reimagination of that original adventure game, fan-made. Looking at the map at the top left, you can see there's colored regions representing each of the different color of Magic, and you can find themed enemies wandering around. For example, that red robed figure at the top of the pyramid looks like some kind of red mage. That creepy, crawlery type character above me is a sliver, and they are running decks that are appropriate to their themes with HP appropriate to their monster types. I have played this game at this point for, I want to say, 40-50 hours or more because it's so damn fun. I've made a couple decks. But the ones I've gravitated towards the most has been this particular elf deck. There's a 40 card minimum that I only just discovered is the case, so I've been paring it down from 60. It's a pretty straightforward deck. It focuses on using mana dorks to ramp really quickly, along with Heritage Druid, which I've only managed to find a single copy of, as well as these 4 Elvish Archdruids to pump massive amounts of mana. From there, it uses the Voracious Hydras to like remove a target if necessary, or just be my big beat stick to win the game. Merwin can also become very large, so that's another out. Kozilek, Butcher of Truth, is just the big killer card I can play to win the game with. Those are kind of my end game conditions. I also have realized that I only have 2 sorcery instants in the game, Elven Ambush and Primal Surge. So what I've done is, well, let me pull up Primal Surge so you can see it. 10 mana is expensive, but basically it plays every card until it hits the other spell from my deck, which means I can instantly drop my whole army. And if I don't get that, the combination of Vivian, which lets you look at the top card of your deck and play any creature you see there, and Heritage Druid, Great Henge, means that I can have an average turn of casting 10 creatures at times. So yeah, all put together, this deck has won me the bosses of each of the 5 colored regions. And now that I've made it to the final temple, I figured, hey, why don't y'all watch me take it on? So yeah, I have played some of this previously, but when I realized it was Endgame, I figured, you know what, this might make good content. So let's see how this goes. And apologies in advance if the volume levels are bad, but I think I fixed them from last time. Let's see what we got. It seems like the final template requires keys from all 5 of the bosses, so I'm anticipating 5 fights. So let's see what I got here. We've got some mana, we've got Primal Surge in the opening hand, and a Mana Dork. This is keepable. This is definitely keepable. And Dragon is going first. That's less good, but we'll manage. Okay, go ahead. So he drops a land. You'll notice he's at 17 life. At some point along my quest, I picked up a item that reduces the opponent's life by a few hit points at the start of the turn. You know what could really hurt is if he has a lot of tools to damage my mana dorks, but I don't think he will. Not fast enough to matter. I'm about to hit a point of not having a play, so I really need to hit another creature soon. There's at least 5 creatures that care how many elves I have in play, and any of them would be good here. Instead I get a forest. So I have 4 mana capacity. I think I drop Oracle, because what Muldaya does is lets me look at the top card of my deck And if it's a land, I get to play 2 lands per turn, and I can play from the top of my deck, so that helps me pull through my deck faster. And yep, I'll be drawing an Archdruid next turn, so that's good. Let's drop another creature on the board just to give him a lot of targets. This is a really interesting creature, the Taunting Elf. When it attacks, everything has to block it, and it's a pitiful creature, but the goal would be to get a whole lot of unblocked damage through. Okay, I'm going to draw Heritage Druid next, so we're basically set up now. We need 10 mana for this. How close are we? 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. So once I play Archdruid, I'm basically golden. I can go off next turn if nothing goes wrong. I do not have enough mana for a reasonably sized Hydra, and I don't want to throw away my Elves into that board, even though technically I could attack with the Dwyran's Elite, and nothing I'm seeing here can beat me. There's a non-zero chance that he has something to boost with or deal 1 more damage, and I'd rather keep all my Elves intact, so he can deal a little bit of damage to me. As you can see, I've managed to gain extra HP through request my custom. So now we're ready to go off with Primal Surge. Before I do, I'm going to drop Heritage Druid for 1, and I'm going to use Heritage Druid's ability to tap a few non-mana producing Elves, which in this case I could have just said Elves since most of my Elves are non-mana producing, to get a little extra mana out of them. And we'll use that mana plus my lands. How much more do I need? 4. Oh, wait, cancel. Before I do that, let's play this off the top as well. Actually, I didn't need to do that. That was a bad idea, because I'm going to get those lands for free when I cast the big spell. But I can use them to pay for the big spell. So yeah, okay, that's fine. So tap. Tap 3 more green. I need how much more? 2 more mana? I'm 1 short if I use Findhorn. So I'm going to use the Heritage Druid again and tap everything that isn't the Archdruid. And there we go. We're off to the races. Elvish Warmaster. Yes, please. Mox Emerald. Yes, please. Raphelos. Yes. Joraga. Take it. Archdruid. Take it. Kozilek. Forest. Llanowar Tribe. Another forest. Another forest. Another forest. Now I have to be careful. The Great Henge draws a card every time a creature comes into play. So at 23 cards in my deck, that will not add 1. Alright, that's a +1 draw. That's +2 draws. +3 draws. I think I should end it here. I'll go +4 draws and be done with it. Okay, never mind. That actually hit Elven Ambush and ended my run just in time. Now we get all of the bonus draws as well. So here's all the triggers coming through, and normally these triggers would matter more, but since at this point I've already dug down and found the thing I was looking for, I don't really care what order the rest of my deck is stacked in. I have 5 cards left in my deck, and everything you could possibly want to play in play. At this point, what I could really use is a fireball effect to win the game with, but in the absence of such a thing, I guess I just wait till next turn and then win. But in the meantime, let's just launch a gigantic voracious Hydra for a ton of money. And targeting... Oh, I need to watch out for Great Henge. It's going to draw me cards, isn't it? We'll target the one thing it has that is capable of damaging me at all. And I have 4 cards left in deck. That's fine. Tap that for some free life. Yeah, we good. End turn. So now I have a Trampler in play and an army large enough to destroy anything. Unless he has a board wipe, I just win here. But 7 mana, I should respect the board wipe possibility a little more. Well, doesn't look like he has a board wipe. Four damage to Garruk and gets a card back. Yeah, that's fine. Go ahead. Even with the board wipe, by the way, my Hydra will likely live through it, and my Merewyn pièce de résistance. You don't have to do this at this stage. I've clearly won this game no matter what. But the pièce de résistance of this particular play is somewhere in this mess. I have the Elven Warmaster, who can be triggered repeatedly to give my elves death touch and +2/+2. So in other words, he can be the mana sink that I otherwise wouldn't have when I'm ready to go off. And where every druid is tapping for 12, or not druid, every archdruid. And so yeah, look at that. Every individual elf is hitting for 18. So this is going to be a ridiculous overkill. And of course the Annihilator. It'd be a great time for him to have Fog. So he's deciding to block, of course, the Taunter, and even with the taunt... Yeah, that was 253 points of overkill. I'll take that. That was definitely the way that I'm happy for this final dungeon to go. Now, if all goes to plan, all of our runs will go that well, but there's no way to guarantee that. We've got Elven Warmaster, a strong mana base on turn 1, and a Hydra for dealing with problems. It's a blue deck, so probably a lot of unsummon effects, so relying too heavily on mana dorks is a bad idea, but it's an elemental. Yeah, I think this is a good keep. 2 Mox Emeralds is great. In order to get those Mox Emeralds, by the way, I had to beat the green boss for each one, and more than once. I'm not going to play Elven Warmaster just yet, because if I draw a land, either this turn or next turn, digging for better cards is going to be more important. Oh, hello. This is a tough call. Technically, Archdruid is the right play here, or the most expensive play here, but I feel pretty confident that this is the correct play, because Archdruid is going to give me more value the more tokens I have, and I still haven't found my game winner yet. So this way, Elven Archdruid comes in, and I get to use Season of Growth to find a card, and then I get a token, and I get to continue to use it. Now, here's where the rub comes in. What I could and should do is play Steel Leaf Champion and just go for a slow and ordinary win with big beat sticks, instead of playing for my kill combo or bust. That would be smart. You know what? I'm just going to do the smart thing and do that. Oh, what's this? Shuffle it into its library. Well, it's a... Oh, shuffle Voidstalker. Okay, so he's giving up his creature to give up mine. That's fine, I don't care. If you're losing something, I'm happy. I could... Because of the shuffle, I lost my deck thinning. So let's just go ahead and play a new creature. Archdruid is great for a mana base. Do I need a good mana base right now? Not especially. That's a go-off card. Can I play this? No, I don't get to play it off the top of the deck. Okay. I've got 4... Yeah, this is enough to play a decent Hydra. So we're gonna quite big, as a matter of fact. And that should do it. Oh, 3 mocks, great. Do we just heal here? Yeah. Let's go ahead and cast a doctor with the Hydra. I'll be honest, I didn't check how big I think we might just take the big number. Because 16, 17, that's game winning in most circumstances. And because I've got board advantage over every creature except maybe this one, can't block, so I don't care. Where do we go from here? Well, it's definitely a keeper. Oh, what am I thinking? We'll do Steel Leaf. Yeah. If he doesn't get a blocker quick, I'll just slam him repeatedly. There we go. Do I go with Elven Ambush? No. As of now, I don't have anything that keys in on the number of elves, so I can do that next, once I have a lot of elves in play. What is that? Undying, but to my favor, so yeah. There's a lot of stuff. I have the Taunting Elf, so I don't mind throwing it away so that I can get 7 more damage, and now I just win. Yeah, now I just win. Suffer. Okay, and that was it. We finished the gauntlet. Time for the final boss. Oh my god, that is a gigantic sliver. I should be okay. Depending on how good a start I get. I need to mulligan aggressively if I don't get a good start. I got a good start. So I don't have a lot of mana is the scary part about this hand. I need to get a forest to ramp up to Archdruid. But once I have that, I'm in great shape. So yeah, we're going to risk it. In theory, you know what? I should have probably gone for a safe start. But remember, he has 100 health. Oh, he starts with Black Lotus? And he's using multiple... Oh, this is so bullshit. I love this, but it is bullshit. Yeah, I don't have anything, so you get a free turn. I don't have anything, so you get a free turn. And I have to discard something. And it's probably going to be the Great Hand, because I'm not going to afford it. Well, maybe I do. I don't know. What do I need the least here? What is happening? I don't know why that just went away. I guess I get rid of Taunting Elf, but it's the only card I can play right now. But I also don't need it, so yeah, I can go. Alright, so what do we got here? We've got the ability for him to pay life to force me to take my stuff back. And he's untargetable. So at this point, he could basically return the first 40 things I play to my hand. So I really am dead if he plays well. And I am out of mana, so I'm dead even if he doesn't play well. You know that risk I took that I would get 1 forest? That didn't pay off. Okay, well, yeah, when you're this mana screwed, there's no point. So I'm going to concede this round. Oh, whoa, whoa, whoa. That's not what I was looking for. So we'll concede this round. The penalty for conceding is losing max HP until you go back to town, as well as losing a bunch of money. I can afford to go down to 27, hopefully, to take a second shot at the boss. Forest Mox and Finthorn gets me to 3. Steel Leaf gets me on the board. And multiple Hydras for spot removal. This could be a very good opener. Or I could end up screwed and not drawing a single land card or mana dork. But no, I got to 3. That's the magic number for my deck. Okay, do I go for Steel Leaf Champion? Or no, see, I don't need a beat stick because, again, at 98 health, beating him down is not an option. I need a big combo. Sir, cannot be the targets of spells or abilities. The first thing he draws. Okay, I got Primal Surge. If I can get Primal Surge off, I win. And I only need 1 more mana to do it. So let's drop the Steel Leaf Champion because it's a 5/4. I can now handle a Muscle Sliver too. With Aether Vials, he's going to get some free slivers, which is awful. I cannot afford this, but I can... And I can't target his stuff. Okay, how much mana do I have? I have 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6 mana capacity. Yeah, I think I take it slow. I do this to buff my elves, and then I just wait. Can I block that? Yeah, I should have checked if he had first strike with all the new stuff, but yeah, he just has a bunch of +1/+1s. Well, you know what? That's great for me, actually, because now I can afford to, like, take it a little slower. Okay. Until I can cast my big spell, let's start killing off his board. And get 4/5s in the process. Still can't cast it, no problem. Though at this stage, I'll be honest and say I might not want to cast it. I don't know. Alright, I think we just swing. I want him to... I don't want him to kill off my mana base, actually, so... Yeah, so I just attack with this. Oh, he can make tokens at will. I didn't know that. So yeah, that was a really risky play if you could make Chris. Anyway, all his slivers are now untargetable. Go figure. And I do not want to lose my mana base, so I'm going to take this on the chin. Heritage Druid, that's something. Do I have enough, or do I not? Come on. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9. I think I'm short by 1. 4, 7, 8, 9. Yep. Even with the Heritage Druid, that at best gets me... The Heritage Druid play gets me less. But you know what I can do? I can make the giantest Hydra possible. That will be good. That will hold him off, hopefully. Okay, now we got a 14, 15, and a 4/5. So if he wants to lose creatures, he can swing into me. He'll still... It's still the right move, but he might not think of it. Okay, there we go. Now we're going to go off. So, boop, 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 boop. 35 cards in deck, and how does the Vanquisher work? Whenever you cast an elf, draw a card. Okay. So, we do not need that. Yes to a forest. Yes to a forest. That's 2 elves, so draw 2. 3 elves, draw 3. 4 elves, draw 4. 5 and 6, 7 and 8, 9, 10, and that, good, that is a solid amount of pull. Do we want to draw that? Yes. We're gonna dig and dig and dig until we get to Kozilek or something equally insane, because I don't think we have a single beat stick yet. There he is. Alright, we're gonna keep Kozilek on top of the deck and play him next turn for the win, and for more gas if we need it. Alright, are we good? That should be a win when it plays. Oh, wait. I have one more elf. I can do this. And draw it. Sweet. And we don't need that. And we don't need that. And now, do we have the mana? Well, we don't obviously have the mana, but we have a Heritage Druid, so we should have more mana than we think. There's the Heritage. Tap, tap, tap. How much more do we need? 4. We might be short 1. Let's find out. Tap, tap, tap. And one more pump of the Heritage will do the trick. Taunting, Oracle of Moldiah, Elven. Boom, we got him. Yeah, Garrick is fine. For a next turn problem. Or a this turn problem. I mean, we're only 1 mana short. Let's see if we can make it work. We'll keep the Great Henge on top. It's practically free with Kozilek in play. Alright, we got Garrick. And I think we are good. As long as we don't die in 1 turn, and now it's less likely, we have enough blockers. And a deck like his is clearly not going to run board wipes. Unless it's my board only. And we still need to be a little cautious about how we swing into him, but I think we could just win. Because he has the Sliver Queen that can get him 1 extra sliver. He's playing from his hand, so he's got no instants. And we've got everything in under the sun. Okay, does this give +1s? No, it doesn't. Okay, so we're going to focus on... Where's our Elven Rallier? First, tap an Archdruid and Priest. Then pump, 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 pump. That should do the trick. So now, the lowliest tokens on my team are still going to hit for like 15. And I get the Annihilator 4 when I swing. So let's go for it. And see where that lands us. Sure enough, he had a trick to get an extra blocker or 2, but that's not even close to what he's going to need. I must say, for a final boss fight, this was definitely satisfying. His mana base is gone, so he's got nothing but what's on the board. Now, in fairness, if he was smart, he could pay 20 life. Oh! It doesn't say return a permanent. It says return this permanent. Yeah, okay, well then he's not infinitely powerful. Oh, I had the taunting elf. I forgot I had the taunting elf. So not only is he not going to reduce his damage by 5 blockers, but all of his blocks are wasted on one guy who incidentally has enough power to wipe out half of them. And with Death Touch, actually all of them, and boom, he's dead. GG. So this is a really cool finisher. This means I can start fights with Black Lotus in play. This is a pile of cash, but there's apparently another boss. A very truly final boss. I think I know where it is. I'm going to step out and see if I can find the dungeon. I think the dungeons are nearby. I'm pretty sure it's nearby. But that was a fun final dungeon, and that was definitely a cool gauntlet of color fights. I hope you all enjoyed this video, and I hope you all enjoyed seeing how this game can end up playing out. Sir, after taking out the Queen's Sliver, I am not at all worried about you. I'm just busy. Yep, this is the one. Strange key. You know what? What time is it? Yeah, I wasn't banking on doing one more, but what the hell? Let me equip, and go for it. Embra cool. Well, I know what this is, and it's not going to be pretty. This opening hand is keepable because Black Lotus makes it good. But it's not a good hand because it doesn't have any early ramp. But I could definitely mulligan into worse, so we're going to go with it. I think I have to pop my Black Lotus early just to get the Archdruid out. Even though he's not that useful yet. As per usual for these boss fights, you can't get by doing multiple hits. You really need to just go straight for the big kill shots. I'll put the War Master into play because that'll power up the Archdruids a lot more. I'll do you first. You can go second. Wait, how expensive is this? I kind of want to get this down immediately, honestly. Yeah, there was a better way to sequence that turn, I suspect. But whatever. He hasn't gone off yet. He has 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9-ish mana capacity. 10, 11 even. So if he draws the right Eldrazi, I just lose. But if he doesn't draw it, I don't. So let's not get pessimistic yet. Let's start by dropping this bad boy. What we got here? Findhorn. Check. Okay, we're stuck, but we can play Archdruid or War Master. Let's do Archdruid, but let's specifically make sure we get the Heritage Druid while we do. Archdruid, please. And it's got to be the Heritage Druid because I need mana now, not next turn. Alright, what do we got? Yeah, we can play that. Go for it. So 1 mana that keeps me drawing stuff. Okay, we can't play a 0 mana cost, so we'll play something else to keep the deck rolling. We can't play that, so let's play the cheapest thing available. Oh, Mox. I'll take a Mox. Actually, not the cheapest. This is better, because this will get me past the inevitable lands that I run into. Okay, well that's not a land. Do we just do another Archdruid? Yeah, that's fine. Play that Mox. There's a land that I run into. Can't play that, it's not a creature. So we'll play one of the last creatures I have available to me. Elven Ambush, when I draw it, will be a game winner. I don't have enough mana. Oh, I might actually have enough mana and just not know it. Let's see, I've got 3, 6. I have 6 mana available. That's enough for a Garruk. Or enough for... Ooh, you know what? Hey. We can do this. Alright, so we're gonna tap these. I'm gonna tap these. I need one more elf to have mana again. We're gonna go ahead and drop Garruk. And then we're immediately gonna kill him for his draw ability. And that gets me a bunch more mana. Including, oh wait, that's the wrong place. Including another look at the top. And apparently there's a Steel Leaf Champ here. I can also drop Elven Ambush, which at this stage is worth everything. Now, does this trigger on tokens? Non-token. Thank God. Otherwise it would draw me my whole deck and I would die. But all we need is one trigger of... Nope, we can't trigger it. We're going to need to play this somehow. We have exactly enough Moxen to trigger this. And that's it. That's the end of the road. Because even if I tap all 3 of them for mana, I'm not getting 4 for the Elven Ambush. So I guess this is where it ends. So the play here is try not to die before next turn and then win. Honestly, even if you made me sack 6 permanents, I'm not losing from that. We have 6 to spare. Let's start throwing down some stuffs here. And Kozilek. At this stage, I don't want to draw cards. I have every card I'm going to need to win. I do need to consider whether or not to do the token burst. And I think yes. So let's launch it. Let's go. I want to find the guy who taps to give me mana based on my lands. I don't have him out apparently. Then let's go Heritage Druid on the newbies. 1, 2. Who can't attack this turn? And there should be a 1 mana tapper. We'll tap him too. Yeah, it says 19, guys. 19 elf tokens. And I have no problem with that. Now, why am I making all these elf tokens, which I don't need? Well, two reasons. Firstly, I don't know that I don't know how much damage I'm gonna need. So we're gonna tap the Archdruid, who is now worth 19 more. That was the first reason. And the second is, they are all mana batteries, yo. So, Heritage Druid, that bad boy. Boop, boop, boop. Heritage Druid. Boop, boop, boop. And I'm going to get bored of doing this, so I'll only do it a little while. I have at least 10 attacking elves, probably closer to 15. So I don't need every last drop. Also, he's going to sack 5 permanents when I attack with Kozilek. So this is going to be practically unopposed. This is just... Basically, guys, this is going to be the sickest thing ever. And this is why I needed all that mana. Because I am going to pump the ever-loving hell out of this spell. God, I love this game. I mean, don't get me wrong, it's not Netrunner, but nothing is Netrunner. And for not being Netrunner, it's still a lot of fun. So, he is practically at full health, 100. Minus 308. I get his soul ring, a fat stack of cash. And that, ladies and gents, is the game. I really hope you all enjoyed watching this as much as I enjoyed playing it out. Once again, the name of the game is Forge. You can see the logo in the top left, Magic the Gathering Forge. The old quest mode is all menu driven. There are, of course, constructed modes, which let you make your own decks, draft modes, booster modes. It's a very well realized thing. But what you've been watching me play is the adventure mode, which is relatively new, and in my opinion, absolutely makes this thing sing for a guy who likes single player progression and player versus environment. Thank you so much for watching. Please share this with folk, etc. And I will see you guys next time.